Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and today we're going to walk through how to smoke trout and then turn that smoked trout into a smoked cream cheese and trout dip. Now we're going to be smoking up whole rainbow trout today, but you could do this with any small whole fish with similar results using this technique. Now this process really is pretty simple, but it does take some time. Step one is making our brine, which is going to give the trout all the juiciness and all the flavor it needs minus the smoke. So we're going to start by putting this brine together. We're going to heat it up, we're going to chill it down, we're going to get our fish soaking. So we're going to build this on the side burner here in our Dutch oven. We're going to start with 2 quarts of water. And we're going to make a concentrated brine that we can then dilute with ice to chill it down faster. Now we're going to be using the Cattleman's Grill Butcher House brine. This is just a great brine base. You need 1.5 cups of the powder to go with your 2 quarts of water, which will actually end up being a whole gallon of water once we dilute it. And that's just a pretty basic brine base. You've got salt, sugar, garlic, onion. And then we can add some stuff on top of that. So we'll get some aromatics in there in the form of some fresh thyme. Get a few cloves of garlic that I've just crushed. You can leave the skins on. Teaspoon of red chili flakes. And then we're gonna sweeten it up just a little bit more with a couple tablespoons of Kansas wildflower honey. So I'll turn the temperature up to high, bring this to a simmer, and just let it simmer away for just a couple of minutes to kind of wake up all these flavors. All right, we're at full simmer now, so we're gonna take this off the induction and pour it right into our briner bucket, which has 4 pounds of ice in it already. So that's equal to the 2 quarts of water, which puts us at a gallon total liquid. But since we've got the ice, we can stir this until it melts down, and we've automatically got our chilled brine. So now the fish can go right into the brine. We've got whole rainbow trout. Guts are gone, the gills are gone. The scales are off, though that's not necessary for what we're doing today because we're not actually going to use the skin, just the flesh. But these are going to go right into our brine. We want to give them a good 6 to 8 hours to soak. So throw these in overnight or before you go to work. And then we can pull them out for the next step, which is developing the pellicle. Now these trout, they came out of the brine last night and have been sitting open on a wire rack in the refrigerator overnight. And the thing that you can't tell, but I'll tell you, is they've got this stickiness to the outside of them now, and that's that pellicle that I was talking about. So when this dries out and becomes a little sticky, it makes it a lot easier for the smoke to adhere to the meat. So developing that pellicle is really a crucial step in getting a nice smoky trout in the end. Now you're gonna want a minimum of 2 hours drying out time to form that pellicle, but ideally I'd let it go even longer. So once again, if you can leave it in the fridge while you're at work or even overnight, that'll put you to smoking your trout about 24 hours after you start this process. Today we're smoking on the Yoder Smokers YS640S pellet grill. We're running it real low and slow at 175 because I wanna give these little fish hours to soak up that smoke before they hit their target internal temperature of 145. So we're throwing a frog mat on the second shelf here just to make sure nothing sticks. We'll lay our trout out. And we're also going to get a block of cream cheese on here for our dip later. Let's throw a probe in this middle-sized trout right here, kind of in this thickest part of the meat, just to keep track of what's going on. Well, the trout's been smoking for 3 hours now. We've reached our target temperature of 145 degrees, so we're ready to pull this off the grill. Now we want this stuff to chill down just a little bit before we actually make our dip. So I'm gonna throw this in the fridge just to make sure it's cool enough for us to handle and pull the meat apart. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get all of this meat separated from the bones and the skin. And this is what we're gonna be using in the dip itself, just this shredded smoked trout meat. So you want to carefully peel it away from the bones. The trout does have fairly fine bones, and you're going to find them throughout here. Some of them are tiny enough that you don't have to worry about it. Some of them you're definitely not going to want in there, but especially right along this rib cage here. Just gently peel that flesh right off of the bones. The stuff up top is a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about the rib bones up there as much. Now we'll go ahead and do all of the meat off this trout, but we're only going to need about 8 ounces or 1 cup of shredded trout meat for the dip that we're going to prepare next. And this is what I'm talking about, some of those bones that'll be left behind. Some of them are small enough that you won't even notice them when you're eating. But like I said, some of them are going to be a little bit annoying if you leave them in. Look at this just beautifully smoky surface right here. You can see how it's taken on that smoke color. You can even see those little flakes of pepper that have come from our brine. And again, that brine is all the seasoning that we needed. Oh yeah. Smoky. I mean, immediately you think like smoked salmon, lightly cured though, so it doesn't have that jerky texture. But the flavor is fantastic. Only gonna need about half of this cream cheese for today. So now that we've kind of got the base of the dip down between the smoked cream cheese and the smoked trout, we're going to add some of our aromatics and other flavoring agents, starting with a shallot. We just need about 2 tablespoons of this minced. Also do a little bit of green onion, about 1 tablespoon. Now these are all things that you can kind of switch around and play with. You want to do chives in here, go for it. If another herb sounds good to you. Also want to do some spicy garlic dill pickle. About a tablespoon of that minced up. So now we've got some bite and a little bit of sour as well. And we'll actually pump that up by adding just another tablespoon of that actual liquid from the pickles. Next, we got a tablespoon of mayo. I'm using the Kewpie mayo today, but any mayo will work. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons each of prepared horseradish, which has a nice kind of spicy bite to it. And then 2 teaspoons of our triple crunch whole grain mustard. These are awesome because when you bite into them, you get that little flavor explosion that pops. Also add a couple teaspoons of lemon juice. Always goes great with fish. And we'll finish this off with a little bit of hot sauce. How much is totally up to you. And before we mix this up, I'm just gonna hit it with some fresh cracked black pepper. And get our hands dirty. And now is when you're gonna find out if you missed any bones, because as you start to mash this up, they'll become pretty apparent. You can spend a little bit more time picking out the ones that you feel like are a little bit too big. But for the most part, that's all there is to it. No additional cooking. This is a cool dip that's ready to serve right away. All right, let's dig in and taste it. Whoa. There's so many flavors going on. I mean, immediately it's smoky and creamy, but it's not overly creamy. Only using half that block of cream cheese is a good idea because the cream cheese isn't the star of the show. It just supports the trout. But beyond that, you get all of these different like briny, sour flavors from our mustard, from that pickle, especially that pickle juice in there. Just a little bit of heat from the hot sauce. So many things happening, but they're all working really great together. And again, the trout's still the star of the show. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.